Howdy, 8th grade. Today we're going to spend one day going real fast, doing everything with multiplying and dividing, all real numbers, which should be a bunch of fun. So we're going to start off with multiplication. So when we're multiplying, I got some steps for you. Number one is we are going to ignore our signs, positive or negative signs. Step 2 is we are going to multiply our numbers. Y'all know how that works. And friendly note, fractions multiply straight across. Multiply across. Number 3, we are going to check our signs. And if they're the same, our answer is positive. And if they are different, our answer is negative. That's fairly straightforward. So what we need to make sure we do, I want to show y'all an example problem, 2 example problems actually, is we are going to start off with 8 times negative 4. What I'm going to want to make sure is that I'm going to start off by ignoring the signs. That means I'm going to do 8 times 4, which is 32. Then I check the signs and I note that I have one negative and one right here, which is positive. If it doesn't say anything, it's positive. So that means my signs are different, because one's negative and one's positive, and if it's different, my answer is going to be negative. And just like that, I have my answer of negative 32. We're going to try one more that'll be a little bit more crazy, which is going to be negative 2/3 times negative 3/7. So when I do this, I'm going to start just like normal by ignoring the negative, and I'm going to think 2/3 times 3/7. And when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. So 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 7 is 21. I can simplify that. That's going to become, should be dividing by 3. There we go. 2/7, which I got by dividing the top and bottom of this by 3. And now that I have 2/7, I should go back and check the signs. I've got a negative sign here and a negative sign here. Both of those are negative, so they're the same, which means I end up with a positive number. And just like that, I'm good to go with positive 2/7. The way I do division, there's only 2 steps. So to divide, we start with step 1, which is to take the reciprocal of the second number, and step 2 is to multiply. So division is like subtraction. I don't like to do it. I'm going to change it to either addition or multiplication, then do it that way because that's a lot easier. So an example of this, we're going to start with one that's pretty easy, is going to be, what do I get when I take 8 divided by negative 4? Well, I'm going to start by taking the reciprocal of my second number. So really I'm going to have 8, and negative 4 is going to become 1/-4. And then I'm going to multiply, which means instead of division, I'm going to end up with multiplication. And to multiply this, I need to make sure they're both fractions. So that's going to be 8/1 times 1/-4. And then this is going to multiply straight across. So 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Now I just need to simplify my fraction. 8 and 4 is going to simplify down to 2/1, because I can divide the top and bottom by 4. And I'm going to end up with a negative 1 on the bottom. Normally I like to move that so the negatives on top. Negative 2/1, which is negative 2. Just like that, good to go. And to show you all a little more complicated one before we wrap everything up, is going to be what I get when I have negative 2/3 divided by negative 3/4. So I'm going to start by doing is taking a reciprocal of that second number, negative 2/3, and I'm going to end up with negative 4/3. And instead of division here, I'm going to do a multiplication. So then I'm just going to multiply straight across. I have negative 2 times negative 4, which is positive 8, and 3 times 3, which is going to be 9. That gives me 8 over 9. It's already positive. There's nothing I can do to simplify it. I am good to go. And that's going to be my answer. So that is multiplication and division. If you look at the lesson practice, there is 10 problems, A through J. They start off pretty simple. I believe in you. You'll do great. So if you can bring in A through J as well as the notes for this, that would be delightful. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.